Cleopatra's tomb is the most famous grave in the world, and it has still never been found. For more than 2,000 years, her final resting place has haunted historians, archaeologists, and treasure hunters alike. Cleopatra VII was not just a queen. She was the last ruler of an independent Egypt. When she died in 30 BCE, an entire era ended with her. According to ancient sources, Cleopatra was buried alongside Mark Antony in a grand tomb worthy of royalty. Yet unlike pyramids or famous Roman mausoleums, this tomb vanished from history. No map marks it. No inscription clearly points the way, and no excavation has produced undeniable proof. That mystery is why the search still matters today. After the defeat at Actium, Cleopatra returned to Alexandria knowing her world was collapsing. Octavian was advancing, allies were switching sides, and Egypt's independence was slipping away. Cleopatra prepared for death with the same care she once prepared for diplomacy. Ancient writers say she ordered a magnificent tomb built near her palace. This tomb was meant to protect her body and her legacy from Roman humiliation. When Octavian entered Alexandria, Cleopatra was already sealed inside history. Octavian allowed her burial with royal honors, not out of mercy, but out of control. A respected burial was safer than a martyr's shrine, but Alexandria itself was a dangerous place for memory. Earthquakes, floods, and rising sea levels slowly swallowed parts of the ancient city. Large sections of Cleopatra's Alexandria now lie underwater. That fact alone makes the search incredibly difficult. Some scholars believe the tomb was lost beneath the modern city. Others believe it sank into the Mediterranean during natural disasters. But one site has drawn the most attention in recent decades. It is called Taposiris Magna. This site was dedicated to Osiris and Isis, gods linked to death and rebirth. Cleopatra closely associated herself with Isis during her reign. That symbolic connection makes Taposiris Magna a powerful candidate. Excavations there have uncovered tunnels, coins with Cleopatra's face, and royal era artifacts. These discoveries suggest elite activity, not just local worship. Some archaeologists believe the tomb could be hidden beneath a temple or nearby. Others remain skeptical, arguing that no direct evidence confirms a royal burial. Ancient texts are frustratingly vague. They describe a tomb near the palace, but never give measurements or landmarks. Roman writers cared more about Cleopatra's death than her burial. To them, her story ended when Rome won, but Egypt remembers differently. In Egyptian tradition, burial was not an ending, but a transformation. Cleopatra understood this better than anyone. She crafted her image carefully, blending Greek, Egyptian, and Roman identities. Her tomb would have reflected that fusion. It would not have been a simple grave. It would have been a political statement carved in stone. That is why the tomb matters beyond curiosity. Finding it would reshape how we understand Cleopatra's final strategy. It would also reshape our understanding of Roman control over Egypt. Some scholars believe Octavian may have intentionally hidden or dismantled the tomb. Destroying a burial site can erase a rival's symbolic power. If that happened, the tomb may never be found intact. Yet archaeology thrives on what survives, not what was meant to survive. New technologies are changing the search. Ground-penetrating radar, underwater mapping, and satellite imaging offer new hope. Recent discoveries around Alexandria have renewed public interest. Each coin, statue, or tunnel reopens the question: is the tomb still waiting beneath sand or sea? Or was it erased by time and politics together? The mystery also reflects something deeper. Cleopatra's life was recorded by her enemies. Her death was shaped by Roman narratives. Her tomb, if found, would be her own voice in stone. That is why the search continues. Not for gold or spectacle, but for clarity. Because Cleopatra still stands at the edge between myth and history. And until her tomb is found, that edge remains unresolved. The lost tomb haunts archaeology because it represents a story not yet finished. And if you want more stories like this, like the video and subscribe to History Refuge.